What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a very happy Thanksgiving. It's a special bird day, but not the bird I'm looking for. That's tomorrow. So I'll see you for the pregame and postgame show, hopefully then. But here and now, we've got ourselves the game status report and the practice squad elevations for Week 13. Eagles, Bears, playing on Black Friday. Blackout with the all black jerseys, the jersey uniform, I guess the uniforms with the jersey pants. You get what I'm saying. But I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Been a long day, but a great day. Got to see a lot of family. Had a great time. Hopefully you all did the same. Got to see some friends, families. And look, during these times, it's not always just flowers and peaches. I understand, these can be tough times for people. So if you're ever going through anything, especially on the holidays, I know those can be tough times. Please feel free to reach out. Always here for you guys, seriously. And I say it, but I mean it every show. We all go through stuff. Don't be afraid, and don't go through things alone in life. Don't ever feel like, I don't want to. No, man. That's what we do to ourselves. Be thankful we're still here. And be thankful we can make this a better place. So that's what we're here to do. But while we do it, we're going to talk some birds. So let's get into that here tonight. And again, the practice squad elevations were thrown in too. And some roster moves were made, and I didn't get to make all the graphics I wanted to. I threw that one on there. All right. But appreciate you guys hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, taking the time today. But we're going to jump right into it. Don't have all the crazy graphics, but I do have the updated depth charts and the game status report. So most importantly for the show, what we need, let's take a look at the Eagles. So we knew Lane Johnson was going to be out. Xavier Gibson is out as well. Did not practice all week, but Makuba was placed on IR. We know that. Devontae Smith is going to practice. He was actually full. I'm sorry I didn't change that. I don't know what happened there. But Saquon, Reed, Landon, all full participants. Miles Hinton not coming off of IR yet. He is out for this game. Now, Willie Lampkin, you can see I put IR because he did not get taken off of the IR. And I told you if that didn't happen by today, his season would be over. So that 21-day window closed. He didn't come off IR. That means they cannot take him off of IR. So Willie Lampkin will be there for the rest of the season. We'll see what he's got next year, the young man. I know a lot of people wanted him starting over Cam Jurgens. They've never seen him play. A lot of people saying he's a fullback now, taking Lane Johnson's job. I don't know, man. Media really gets people, but it's not a big deal. It's a guy that hasn't played for us, and hopeful for the future. He could be a part of it. That'd be cool. But Miles Hinton, he will not be a part of the future right now. So let's just hope that Fred Johnson keeps doing his thing and Matt Pryor can figure out that jumbo package. But now let's take a look at the depth chart here. Obviously, none of those names are going to be on this list, but Fred Johnson stepping in. We brought Britton Covey up to the active roster the other day. If you caught that, talked about that. Don't think we see too much of him at receiver. I think Darius Cooper will get some action, but Devontae Smith's playing. So good to go there. And then everyone else on offense, healthy, ready to rock and roll. Then on the defensive side of the ball, we put Makuba on IR. So Andre Sam was elevated, and then Patrick Johnson was elevated as well, who can help you on special teams and becomes that sixth edge guy there. But you can see the defense there. Everybody healthy, ready to rock and roll. And then the special teams, talked about Gibson, being out for this one. That is why Covey was given that roster spot. So got some help in the return game, going to have Covey back there. And I know a lot of you hated me for it, but I would just prefer Covey be that punt returner over Gibson in the first place. But starting to see people actually agree with that. Now all of a sudden people like Covey. I get so confused with this stuff. People hate all of these guys and all these coaches and players. And then when they leave, they become the biggest fan. I actually love that guy when he was here. And I'm like, it's like Kellen Moore when everybody wanted to fire him last year. It's like, I get so confused. People just pretend that reality isn't real. And that's tough for me. So I got to keep up with it, I guess. But let's take a look at something I do keep up with. And, well, that's the reality of what's going on in this game. So the Bears, they had quite a few injuries here this week. We talked about them. Now, Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson listed as questionable. I don't know why they said they're both playing. They took both of them off of IR. So, yeah, they're going to play. And then you see Javon Dexter moved up to full. He's good to go for this game. Now, the players that did not practice, we made a separate list because it was so many players. You can see 3 linebackers will be out for this game. And they just put Tremaine Edmonds last week on IR as well. So, Tyreek Stevenson missing another game, and then backup DN Dominique Robinson there. And then backup guard on offense, Luke Newman. So let's take a look now with these injuries, what this looks like on the depth chart. We'll look at the injury list first. And as I mentioned, I took Gordon and I took Johnson off because, well, they came off. So a much shorter list there, but Edmonds is added there. But they get some reinforcements, at least in the secondary. I didn't see any elevations yet, but if they do anything, maybe it would be a linebacker because, well, they are banged up. But the offense, everybody looks to be good to go other than that backup guard. As you can see there, Luke Newman, but everyone else healthy, ready to rock and roll here. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you can see the linebackers I talked about, Edwards and Sewell out, Hippolyte out as well. So DeMarco Jackson, Gamiga there, sure. And then Tyreek Stevenson going to be out for another one. But Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, looks like they'll be back. We'll see how they decide to do this. If Nahshon Wright will be starting with these guys, if they'll mix in, maybe put Gordon outside and have Gardner Johnson in there, nickel. I don't know. Gordon's one of the better nickel corners when he's healthy. We'll see. But we broke this game down yesterday. We talked about it if you want to check that out. But special teams, everybody healthy, ready to rock and roll there. And I did mention that show last night. Well, that was the top matchup show, and you can go check that out. We talked about all of my favorite matchups in this game, what I'm going to be looking for. And, man, I think people sleep on this Bears team. I think the record is now waking people up. But very talented. Ben Johnson, a very bright mind on offense. Defense getting healthier. They've had their issues, but talked about it. Run the ball down their throat. A lot of things that we talked about. Go check that show out. Would love to hear from you. But you got any thoughts on these injuries, practice squad elevations, roster moves, whatever it is? Love to hear from you. Again, I hope you enjoyed the holiday, had yourselves a very happy Thanksgiving. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out, especially on these holidays. Don't like seeing people go through things alone. Did it too many times myself in life. So that's why I always try to extend my hand. Just know I love you guys, always here for you. Hope you had yourselves a fantastic day. But I'll be back tomorrow for the pregame show, around like 1:30ish. I'm going to try. But I'll talk to you then. If you guys need anything in between then, you know where to find me. But appreciate you guys hitting that like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. But enjoy this holiday season. Try to stay sane out there. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!